Welcome back to RedHawk Rewind, another new episode. I think this is number 3 now. I'm going to lose count at some point, but single digits I can do. I'm Tim Carey.
Hi, everybody, and I'm Dave Meyer.
And Dave, we're back. We survived Rutgers. I mean, it was a good weekend. I don't know.
Tim, what'd you think? So this is your first trip to Rutgers. What'd you think?
It was. It was always fun to cross a venue off the place I haven't been before. We were on the plane instead of the bus, so that was nice. The rainstorm was very memorable. I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
Well, okay. Enough about Rutgers. I need your help. So I had a conundrum. Conundrum? Right? I think that's the word.
Yeah,
the second one.
The second one was good.
So my daughter went off to college, right? She texted us on Sunday. She wanted to come have dinner. But here's my problem. It was right in the middle of the Lions game. And if you guys don't know, I'm a big Detroit
How did you
Lions
see
fan.
the message? I thought you were completely incommunicado to the world when the Lions play.
Yeah, it was a little earlier in the morning. Okay, so we're good. But she wanted to come visit, and I haven't seen her. But how? So as a father yourself, how do you juggle that when you haven't seen your daughter in a few weeks, and she wants to come visit, but it's in the middle of your favorite sports team playing?
I mean, I can multitask, so I would have the game on in a place where I could see it while we were eating, and we would have good conversation. But I've invited myself to watch Lions games with you before and always gotten shot down because you are super tunnel vision about that.
All right, well, here's how it went. She walked in. I gave her a hug, said, hey, hi, basically shunned her away for the next 2 hours while the Lions game ended, and then we chatted. So I don't know if there's that Father of the Year. I'm not sure.
No, and the Lions didn't really play well, so I'm guessing you were kind of in a crappy mood at the end.
We at least got done a little early because we didn't have to watch the last couple of minutes. But yeah, so she's still around. She's still going to classes, so that's a good start.
I'm sure she's going to forgive you. I was going to ask if you've forgiven me because when we were in New Jersey, I literally abandoned you on Friday night. As soon as I realized we were only 37 miles from Broadway, which is super fun for me. I always try and figure out how do I get close to Broadway in New York, and I literally just hey, Dave, see you later. I'm just going to go take a bus and see a show. Are we still on speaking terms?
We'll be fine. But what'd you go see, and what'd you think?
So it was a show that Megan Hilty was in, which she was in Smash on TV back in the day, and so it was cool to see her. The show was called Death Becomes Her. It was fine. It was just very interesting at one point when you have this character that can't die. So her head is over here, and the rest of her body is over here, making gestures, and the effects and stuff like that. The feeling of the lights go down and the music comes up. I mean, whether it's right before Game 7 in a sports arena or whether it's, a Broadway theater, it's still pretty cool. Almost goosebumps.
All right. I think people are that's enough from us. I think they want to know about our guest, Tim, who we talking to today.
So Kylie Coughlin is here. She is a junior on the field hockey team from Lakewood, Ohio, and should be a really good conversation. Let's bring her in. And we're back. Welcome in our special guest, Kylie Coughlin, a junior back from the field hockey team from Lakewood, Ohio. It's great to have you on the podcast.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Hey, Kylie, let's just get started right away. Team's off to a quick 3-0 start. I mean, you've been around here for a little bit, but is it just normal around here? You just always win, or how's that work?
Not exactly. I mean, it's a little bit more work than everyone thinks. We come into every season with a new strategy. Obviously, this year we've got a lot of new girls, so getting to know each other so far. It's only game 3, so we're still trying to work out some kinks and see when we can click. But it's always great to start off with some wins, get some confidence behind us going into this next weekend where we're facing Iowa and Northwestern. So it'll be a big weekend.
Looking back at Friday, 4-1 win over New Hampshire. You had an assist. Kind of take us through that game, the highs. Just kind of what your takeaways were from that third win.
Yeah, I've never played UNH, so it was an awesome opportunity to play an East Coast team. We didn't really know how they would come out, but our coaches did some really great scouting, so we had a good idea of what they were going to throw at us, and we were able to prepare that way. As far as the game, it was a great team win. I think our coaches were really happy with the way that we utilized the players on the field and played a big passing game. It wasn't very individual, so like I said, I personally didn't have the best game, but I feel like I was able to work with the team, and they kind of held me up in the hard moments. But yeah, we've been great at goal scoring and putting the ball in the back of the net, so it's nice to get 4 goals on the board right away. And yeah.
One of the highlights I saw, you got taken down pretty hard and then led to a penalty corner. You had an assist on that. I think it was your first assist. Penalty corners are interesting to me, not having grown up with the sport of field hockey. Take me behind the scenes in those kind of plays. What's going through your head? I know you kind of, the inserter on some of those, and how do you go about trying to have a successful penalty corner?
Right. So obviously the insert is my position. So I've been practicing that for the last couple of months. So I really just try and focus on my job. We have corners that we're set to do before we even start the game. So in our pregame meeting, we have first 4 corners that we're gonna do. So then I just write them on my hand, and my job is to just insert it to the correct battery. And so that's what I try to focus on, lining up my feet and just getting the ball where it's supposed to be.
I mean, it is an interesting play, though, where the other team has to go put on face masks. You put the ball in play, and they just charge right at a ball that's coming flying back at them. Just walk us just through what is a good penalty corner? How does that work?
Yeah, I mean, I'm also on the defensive penalty corner unit, so that's I've been in the position where you're running at them, and it's tough. I mean, I give all the credit in the world to our shooters. They have to get it out quick. They gotta have their aim ready to go, and so I honestly have an easy job. Just put it in the battery, get it where it's supposed to go, and the shooters have to do the rest. But yeah, on the opposite side, you're just waiting to get hit pretty much. You put on that mask and you put your gloves on the ground and you just wait to get hit pretty much.
This week in Louisville, number 15 Iowa in the preseason rankings, number 1 Northwestern. Not a new thing for Miami to test itself, and especially in the non-conference schedule, looking ahead to potential NCAA tournament. Mm-hmm. Northwestern, a very familiar foe in defending national champs. What do you hope to get out of this weekend, and kind of just preview that for us?
Yeah, I want to show our team and ourselves that we can compete. Every single year we do this. We go to the NCAA tournament. We face these top 10 teams, and we compete. And I don't think a lot of people look at Miami as a team that can go out and win these games. We've been there every so often, and we get so close, but we can't put the game away. I think this weekend we're just looking to compete as best as we can, and hopefully take that next step with the new players that we have to be able to actually finish the game and get a win against one of these top 20 teams, because we're right there, and it's any given day. We can compete. We have the talent. We have the staff. We have the resources. So I think we're just excited to, see what we can do against one of these teams and try and finish the game, like I said.
Do you feel like you learn more about your team when you play these big-time opponents like that?
For sure. It's definitely a little bit more high stress. Going into the weekend, we started preparing yesterday, getting our bodies right, getting our minds right. So it looks a little bit different going into a game like this, but it's the same thing. We try and compete with them as best as we can, and it's really all there is to it.
How did you get started with the sport of field hockey?
Actually, interesting question. I didn't start until my freshman year of high school. So I grew up playing every sport in the book, but mostly ice hockey. So my brothers played ice hockey, and I played that through my sophomore year of high school. Freshman year, my brother was actually dating the captain of the field hockey team at my high school. And she was like, you should come try out. It's a good way to meet girls before the school year starts, because you start practicing in the summer. And I was like, all right, I'll just go meet some people. I'll probably quit after the first year and then go play ice hockey like I planned to. But really fell in love with it. I was kind of good. I moved up to varsity right away, which was fun. And then I just really met some awesome people, awesome girls. I had an awesome coach. Crazy Ukrainian lady, Oksana. But it was a great experience. I just kind of stuck with it, got into club in my sophomore and junior year. That's where I met Kelly Smith-Puzo, who eventually got me to here. Great.
How many different sports did you play? I mean, you mentioned a bunch of them, so kind of give us the rundown of your athletic history.
Yeah, I've played, soccer, lacrosse, field hockey, tennis. I mean, anything, basketball. But in high school, I played ice hockey, lacrosse, and basketball. So
you had never played field hockey before. You just joined the high school team. What are some skill sets that translated over to field hockey that made you pretty good?
Yeah, I think just growing up, playing sports in the yard with my brothers was the biggest thing. I was able to build a solid athletic foundation, and then obviously ice hockey helped me a lot with the stick skills. But it's interesting because I was so used to using my backhand, so I have to turn over the stick now, which was a big adjustment. But just typical sports things, knowing where to be on the field, knowing where scoring positions are, and just being athletic is the biggest thing to translating to a new sport, I think. So it made it pretty seamless.
What drew you to Miami, or what did you see in this place that, like, that's where I want to continue my career?
Yeah. Another pretty funny story. I literally had no offers, was maybe going to play lacrosse in college, was maybe just going to be a regular person. But my junior year, I started actually looking at playing field hockey, and I met with Kelly, like I mentioned, and she was like, you got to go to this camp. I came to Miami camp as a junior, which was late at that point. Like I was really late in the recruiting process. Did the camp, and Yako took me into the farmer school of business, and I committed like just like that. He just was really excited about the growth that I had in FHL and thought that I could have some potential here. So it was really my only offer, but looking back at it, I am so grateful. I wanted to go in state. I wanted to go somewhere where I could also have the college experience, and a lot of girls from my high school come to Miami just to be regular students, so I would have friends coming in. I could get a college experience and also play field hockey.
That sounds like a one-day recruiting process. I mean, like, am I jumping the gun there?
No, it really wasn't. I had, seriously, like, little to no offers, not talking to anyone really, and I was just like, Kelly, I love Miami. Like, I would go here even if I wasn't playing. And she was like, all right, talk to him, shake his hand, see what he says, and I ended up committing.
Did Coach Puzzo, did he tell you, like, what did he see in you? Because you were probably obviously pretty raw with your skill set at that point.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, like, I was probably terrible. Like, I had so little experience. I just did the camp, and he basically said that Kelly spoke really highly of me, which I'm just forever grateful for Kelly. She saw something in me. I think the athleticism helped, and I can go anywhere. Like, I can play striker or play back, and I'm just versatile in that way, so maybe that's it. I really don't know what was going through his head.
Playing back now, like, what does it take to be a great back in a college field hockey team?
Yeah. All credit to backs. Like, I grew up as a striker, you know, like playing in scoring positions, but I never really experienced the backfield, and it's a tough life. Like, a lot of things end up on you. But we have such a great culture in the back. Everyone's pushing each other every day. We're happy when somebody goes in, starts the game, or we're just really competing every day to make each other better. So the backfield here is a great culture and has helped me really develop my skill set. But honestly, I just try and not give the ball away, play my man-on-man one-on-one defense, and just try not to let up any APCs or anything like that.
Every kid grows up, they want to score goals, they want to put all the points on the board. Is there like a commitment to be able to play just that far away and not to be able to have all those points?
Yeah, I mean, I think I find pride in the defense unit. I think that, you know, scoring is important, but defense wins games, defense wins championships in my perspective now that I'm a back. Obviously, I had those thoughts when I was a striker, like, oh, I want to score, you want all the glory, but I think we're the silent winners back there doing the dirty work, which is nice. So,
changing topics a little bit. Last time I was out of the country, went to Bridgetown, Barbados, and
really?
my research says that you may have been there too recently.
I was there, yes.
Give us the story on how you ended up in Barbados and what you were doing.
Yeah, another just random fell in my lap. We were actually at conditioning in the spring, and we were running in the disc. I think it was like some shuttles, like a horrible conditioning day, just brutal. And Yako was like pulling a couple people out, and then he pulled me to the side, and I was like, shoot, I'm gonna have to run more. Like, what is going on here? But he was like, come to my office after, like, I want you to go to Barbados. And I was like, what? Like, vacation? I had no idea. I had no idea that there was a team going on, that there was field hockey involved. But I went to his office, and he said, basically, there's a tournament in Barbados to play for the Puerto Rican under-21 national team, and I immediately, like, no question, had to go. Like, I'm one of those spontaneous people. Like, first of all, free trip to Barbados. I was like in, but it was a really great opportunity to grow my game and like get back with my confidence in the back. And so yeah, it just kind of fell in my lap.
Okay, sure, it fell in your lap, but obviously you probably took advantage of it as well. Like, what did you learn about yourself when you were there?
Yeah, so like I said, I went in kind of as a new back, but I played center back there, which is kind of a different position. And just grew immensely. Like, I had great coaching staff there, and Yako was there, our assistant coach JC was there, and then former Louisville head coach Lucas was there. And they just taught me so much about, like, leadership, not only leading the team, but leading myself. There was a lot of young girls, so I was one of the older ones. They're, like, I think my right back was 14 years old. Like, it was a very young team. So I was able to grow in that aspect, like figure out how I can work as a center back, which has helped me. You know, I can go in for our center back here and help out and give her some rest minutes. But no, it was mainly about like, I think I grew just leading myself and leading the team in a way that I hadn't done yet here at Miami, but I feel like I'm starting to come into that.
How does that work with somebody that from the land, from Cleveland, on a team from Puerto Rico?
I got a lot of questions. Like, are you actually from Puerto Rico? No, but yeah, it was hilarious. Like, I'm 100% Irish, not a single Puerto Rican bone in my body, but no, it was fun to be able to play there and have the opportunity to go international because the U.S. pipeline to play on that national team I would have had to be in before I was even playing field hockey. So it was nice to still have the opportunity to play somewhere.
So we were getting some research about you as we're getting ready for this pod, and every time we talked to somebody, they kept saying how proud you are to be from Cleveland, where Tim kind of hinted at there. What makes Cleveland such a special place to you?
Cleveland's the best. I obviously have never lived anywhere else, but it just the people there. Like, you never leave. Everyone comes back to Cleveland. And my family is a huge, like, west side of the Cleveland Irish family. All my cousins are there. You know, Sunday night dinners at my grandma's every week, and it's just nice. All my family's in one place, and the Cleveland sports teams are obviously huge. Guards games and Browns games, and it's just a different environment, totally different.
We have our players record pronunciations, and like you'd heard this rumor, like really, excited about being from Cleveland, but literally it says Kylie Coughlin, the land. Like that's just all it is. Like, okay. You mentioned Farmer. Like, talk to me a little bit about your academic journey here, any classes that you really have enjoyed or projects, and just kind of what you've been doing in school.
Yeah, I came in undecided, so I literally could have been a doctor or gone to the business school. Like, I had no idea. And I really wanted to take my time and not kind of fit into the, like, oh, you should go finance because you'll be rich. Like, I just wanted to figure out what I wanted to do and what interests me, and Farmer ended up being that place. So I went into marketing, transferred in to the business school my sophomore year, and then I picked up a minor in entrepreneurship, which has been my absolute favorite part. The classes are just amazing. I've got to start, like, 2 startups and build all the business plans for those in a couple of my classes, which has been amazing. And they just teach you we call it the third door. So a lot of regular students take the first door, and in the entrepreneurship program, we try and take the third door, which is the more creative route, and it's not the first right answer. So you try and find the third right answer, and that's really what I'm doing in all of my classes now. Being in the entrepreneurship program has taught me, like, the first right answer might not always be the best right answer. So that's really just how I'm taking on the rest of my courses here.
So in a perfect world, what are you hoping to do when you leave here?
In a perfect world, I would love to work for a sports team in some sort of marketing position, and then eventually try and start my own thing.
Can you help us promote the podcast at all?
Of course, yeah.
With this on, you got any tips? We're all ears. So
you gotta get on social media. I've seen you guys on social media. The Instagram posts are great. Maybe TikTok. Maybe get on some TikTok accounts.
Tim, do you have a TikTok account?
That's what a clock does, right?
I think that, yeah, Instaface or something. Yeah, right. One of those. Yeah.
Similar.
So, all right. So I got some more interesting questions for you.
Okay.
That we talked to some people. What is it with you and the obsession with lemons and lemons on plates and cups?
Oh boy, how did you find that out? That's
we know
hilarious.
things. We know things.
Well, it's not my obsession. It's my mother's. Moved into this house, Lemon Squeeze on Vine Street. It's a big yellow house. And my mom went to TJ Maxx and bought just about everything with a lemon on it. So I came home and I was like, Mom, it's not my house. I have roommates. Like, what if they don't like lemons? What if we don't want lemons on everything that we own? But she wasn't having it. She was like, they're so cute. You're going to love them. And that's why.
Cleveland trivia.
Oh, boy.
Here we go. Every podcast so far, we've tried to have a different game, mostly just so I can stump Dave, and then you get to play along.
Okay.
But we decided, in honor of the land, to do a little Cleveland trivia. Now, this may put you at a disadvantage, but you're from Northern Ohio. You went to school in Northern Ohio. Like, I mean, you're at least kind of in the ballpark, right?
Okay, this could be a good rivalry because I grew up with a ton of Cleveland fans, and most of the time they drive me nuts. So I'm ready for this.
Where are you from exactly?
So Northwest Ohio, like by
Okay.
Findlay.
Okay.
Grew up there. So
Okay. So I'm going to let you go first. You're going to give me the number, and then Dave's going to have to go over or under on this. There's a couple different kinds of questions. I didn't want it to all be over under because I figured you would get bored. You get bored easily.
What'd you say? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
So, what year was the city of Cleveland founded?
Oh my gosh.
You pick the number, and then Dave's going to have to go earlier or later.
Like 1817.
Okay, Ohio history. I think were cities before states. Ohio was 1803, I believe. So I'm going to go after. So later.
Later. It was actually earlier. It was 1796.
No way. All right, I was close.
So,
Okay.
point for Kylie.
Oh no.
Point.
Dave, approximately how many visitors did the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame welcome in 2024, according to its report? One of the biggest tourist attractions in Cleveland.
14 million.
Lower.
514,000.
So that was a little high.
You're really
Just a little bit.
I've been there a couple times. It's awesome.
It is cool. Cool place.
Speaking of Cleveland things, as I was researching, I feel like you're saying researching a lot today, but in the SID's life, sometimes you just go down those rabbit
That's
holes.
what happens.
You may not know this, but you can actually rent out the house from the movie A Christmas Story
Absolutely. I
in
didn't know
Cleveland.
that.
So if you want to score the perfect trifecta of having yourself photographed wearing a pink bunny suit, standing beside a leg lamp, and holding a Red Ryder BB gun, you can get the place for the night. How much would it cost if you wanted to rent out to stay, like, let's say this week, if it was available at the house from A Christmas Story?
Jeez. 10 grand.
Higher or lower?
I know the silence is really good for the podcast. I know, as I'm thinking. I just know what I charge if you want to rent my house for Airbnb. So I'm going to go higher.
It's $545 a night.
That's a deal.
Oh.
Right. Unless you want to stay December 24th or 25th, and then you get up about $2,500. But yeah, not too expensive.
That's
So
not that bad. Yeah.
Road trip.
free promotion. Kylie, I'll give you this one. You can get a point without Dave even playing. Who did the Browns defeat in their only playoff win of your lifetime?
Was it the Jets?
No, it was the Steelers.
Was it really?
Yeah. So 2020
Oh,
season,
that's right.
Ben Roethlisberger threw for 501 yards, and the Browns
2020.
still won.
Okay.
Dave,
Uh-huh.
Miami great Wayne Embry, who has a statue outside Millett Hall, was the Cavaliers GM from 1985 to 1992. Looking for a little Miami connections. You got the
Yeah,
Roethlisberger.
gotcha.
Which of these three players did he not draft in 1986? Brad Daugherty, Ron Harper, Mark Price.
I'm going to guess Ron Harper.
No.
Ooh.
Mark Price was picked by the Mavericks, and he traded for Mark Price and drafted Daugherty and Harper all in the same draft. So pretty good day to be a GM.
That's a pretty good day.
You can both weigh in on this one. Which of these teams has Cleveland's baseball franchise not defeated in a World Series? Boston Braves, Brooklyn Robins, Pittsburgh Pirates.
Probably the Pirates.
Was going to be my guess as well.
Yeah, I thought about putting the Cubs in there, but that just seemed like just kind of like adding.
That's
That's
kinda
too
big.
easy. That's
a
too
little
easy.
bit. Okay, last one. We'll go back to the basketball trivia just because this was very memorable to me in like recent sports history. So the Cavs win it all in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
They played the Warriors. It was like, 4 years in a row the Cavs and Warriors played. So Cavs come back from down 3-1, and I'm just going to have you go back and forth. Name a player that played in that game until somebody strikes out. Kyle, you want to go first?
Sure. Kyrie Irving.
LeBron James.
Kevin Love.
Steph Curry.
Both teams?
Either team, yeah.
Okay. Matthew Dellavedova.
Oh, he did not play in that game.
No, really?
Oh.
I'm sure the Cavs legend in his own right, but he is not on my list.
No
So
way.
your starting lineup would have been Kevin Love, LeBron James, Tristan Thompson, Kyrie Irving, J.R. Smith, and then had Jefferson, Williams, and Shumpert off the
Yeah.
bench. So
Amon Shumpert.
I
was
think that was
trying to
about the only
give you a
question I got right.
curveball.
we didn't want you to get shut out.
I appreciate that.
Was he on the team or just didn't play that game?
He may have been on the team and not played in that game. I just wrote down the people that were in the box score. So
Deli legend.
one last serious question for you,
Okay.
'cause we always kind of leave on a little more serious note. How would you like to be remembered at Miami?
Gosh. Honestly, just a hard worker that was a friend to everyone. I really pride myself in making as many friendships as I can. So my part of leaving the jersey in a better place, as we say, is impacting somebody else on the team, making somebody else's day or season a little bit better. Spreading laughs. I love to laugh. I love to make other people laugh. So, yeah, just want to be known for my hard work and being a friend to everyone.
Okay, that's really well said. Just want to appreciate or say thanks for joining us. This was
Yeah.
awesome. Hope you had a good time.
Thank you for having me. It was great.
And we will be back next Tuesday with another new edition of RedHawk Rewind.